Estimated 15,000 expected here at the Alamodome, and this is our tale of the tape. There he is, Crazy A, they call him, as at Hobanistian, 20-3, 5'6", taking on Aguero. These two almost came to blows yesterday at the weigh-in. This should be a fun one, guys. Scheduled for 10 rounds, and quickly Aguero with a left hand.
It's going to be fun because it's a contrast in styles. Hobanistian's very rough, likes to get in there, rugged, strong, heavy-handed. And Aguero has that pedigree, that Olympic pedigree, fights good behind a jab, solid right hand.
Interestingly enough, Aguero's only loss came to another Armenian. But that fight, he looked great, getting a knockdown in both the first and second round before ending up losing that fight. He was taking on Aram Abagayan. Lost a majority decision. Yeah, that's what happens sometimes when you drop your opponent too early. It gets good to you, and you forget that there's 8 more rounds. And Abagayan came back like a workman-like. He got busy, put him against the ropes, and got the win. It's tough to come back from 2 10-8 rounds down, but that's what he did. Sergio, I just think Aguero got tired of circling the ring and said, you know what, I'm just got to sit here and bang it out with this guy. That's what he's going to have to do. He has 9 more rounds to go, and he has to get respect.
That's one thing I noticed from studying.
And look at him going here.
And respect is what he's going after right here.
Look at Aguero. Rock'em, sock'em, robots, and down goes Aguero.
Both were exchanging left hooks. The bad technique with Aguero caught up to him.
6, 7, 8, okay? Come here.
He decided to dance with the devil, and that's what happened. Here comes Dazn.
Keep him up.
Oh, he got caught again.
Big left and right hooks by Hobanistian. This is not the fight that Aguero needs to be fighting.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Stay there.
Aguero told him yesterday he was going to go toe-to-toe with him.
Okay.
He's doing that, but at his own peril, it seems. Can Crazy A close it down here in the second? Aguero getting rocked again. The referee taking a good look.
Better clinch. Aguero better clinch.
The referee has seen enough. Dazn, Crazy A, Hobanistian.
That's the type of performance that gets you back to the big fights and the big stage. Hobanistian with the knockout.
Marlon Esparza, she's no spring chicken either. 32 years old, 5'3", with a 64-inch reach, slightly longer than Fujioka.
Good right hand by Esparza.
Boy, Esparza's throwing from the hip. Isn't she got caught though? Fujioka stuck her good.
Fujioka came right back with an overhand right of her own.
And there's one thing I know about Japanese fighters, Sergio. They are tough and they will not quit.
We've seen that with Murata. I mean, it's something where the corner has to save you because they're willing to fight all the way to the end. Absolutely. Fujioka's known for her volume, her pressure, and Esparza is known for her timing and accuracy, and her ring generalship as well.
Oh, big left hand on the inside from Esparza. I like the aggression from both these fighters.
Yes, and Fujioka puts the pressure even more as the rounds go on because she's so experienced and she knows when to put that pressure.
Ooh, that right on the temple buckled the legs of Fujioka.
Yeah, Esparza already catching him with left hooks. 2 left hooks that shook Fujioka.
Oh, she got caught with a right, did Esparza.
I think this fight might be closer than you think, Todd. I mean, it's not as polished performance by Fujioka, but that's her fight. She likes to make it dirty. Everything's not real clean for her.
Well, let's look at Chris Mannix's scorecard.
I got him, no contest. Let's go.
There you go.
57 to 57.
I don't tend to disagree. I tend to disagree with Chris a lot, but I have this fight close.
Well, thank you, Sergio, for tending to disagree with me. I do think 57-57 is about right. I agree with Sinisa. I think Marlon is making it more difficult on herself than it needs to be. Fighting on the inside is where Fujioka wants to be. Marlon Esparza needs to be on the outside, and a fight in the phone booth is playing right into the hands of Fujioka.
Absolutely, and Fujioka's fighting her fight. Marlon Esparza seems to fight better behind the jab, moving, but I don't know if she's able to do that for 10 rounds.
So instead of stick and move, it's stick and grab.
Stick and clinch, and then pivot away, just like she's doing right there.
Caught with a big right hand at Esparza. Best punch of the fight. And then Esparza with a left. Good stuff. You know Esparza has got to be surprised a little bit by what Fujioka has been able to show here. Big right hand for Fujioka. There's a right from Esparza.
Both of them throwing haymakers, landing big overhand rights. Fujioka keeps that chin up in the air. Esparza should be slinging those right hands still.
According to CompuBox, no one has landed more power punches against Naoko Fujioka than Marlen Esparza has tonight.
Fujioka's relentless.
Marlen needs to continue to punch and dip, because when she punches and then dips under Fujioka's counters, she misses every time.
I got it, no punching.
Fujioka's corner screaming at her. They want more. Oh, big right there from Esparza. She backs her up against the ropes. Got her again, but Fujioka right back in the line of fire. She's never been stopped.
Both fighters are exhausted. Fujioka looks a little bit fresher, coming forward, trying to land something.
You holding. I got it.
There's that forearm push away again from Esparza.
Right hand by Fujioka on the side of the head.
Big right again from Esparza. 10 seconds to go. Let her rip.
Flurry by Fujioka.
What a fight.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, here from the Alamo Dome, San Antonio, Texas, let's give these ladies a huge round of applause.
Okay.
And now we go to the judges' scorecards. Here are the totals. Judges Jesse Reyes and Wilfredo Espero have the bout 100-90. And Judge Lisa Giampa has the bout 97-93, declaring your winner by unanimous decision. And now crowned the unified WBC, WBA, and ring title flyweight champion of the world, from Houston, Texas, Marlen Esparza!
Gabriel Rosado has told us he wants to look spectacular tonight and to knock Shane Mosley Jr. out. Let's see if he can do it as Shane Mosley Jr. moves up to 168. He's fought at this weight before, but he's typically more comfortable at 160. Gabe Rosado, 36 years old. Shane Mosley Jr., 31. But it'll be Mosley Jr. with a slight height and reach advantage. Scheduled for 10 rounds. Mosley Jr. in the blue and red trunks. Gabe Rosado in the black.
Mosley slightly taller, and he has almost a 6-inch reach advantage. So I think we're going to see a lot of jabs and keeping the range and the distance from Mosley Jr.
This is our co-main event of the evening. Coming up next, Ryan Garcia is back against Emmanuel Tagoe.
I really like that combination sequence by Mosley Jr. He didn't load up. He's not loading up on punches right here, but they're hard enough to get the respect out of the Warrior and Rosado. And they're coming from every angle. Nice combination punching by Mosley Jr.
He's keeping him at bay, that's for sure.
Rosado didn't throw a ton of punches against Munguia, but he did throw a lot of power shots that would crush a normal man. But Munguia's chin has become legendary. And even Rosado told us yesterday, I don't know if I've ever seen a chin like that.
Now Rosado, you know, he's a sly veteran. You know, he doesn't come to win rounds convincingly anymore. He just endures. He looks for the right opening, and like we saw with Melikuziev, he has the power to knock you out too.
feel like Rosado is trying to set up counter punches here, JoJo?
Yeah, I feel like Rosado is just reserving himself right now. He's trying to fill out what Shane Mosley's trying to do. If he's trying to box, if he's trying to, you know, dictate the action, filling out his power as well. I think in the later rounds, I would say like in 3 or 4 rounds, he's going to start picking up, landing some combinations. That's the only way that he has to fight in order to win the fight. I mean, he has to be, you know, active and throwing a lot of combinations.
More of an off-balance shot, it appeared. Not much damage done.
Both trying to counter each other with right hands right now. And this is how I saw the fight going. Really technical. Both these guys are looking for a clean shot. Gabe's the type of fighter that will stay in there until he sees his opening. You know, he'll fall behind on points just to get the big shots in the big rounds. Mosley's similar as well, so that's why some losses on their record are split decisions, majority of decisions, because they hang around. They're not really pushing the rounds or looking to win convincingly.
You feel that Rosado's a better fighter going backwards or going forwards?
No, going forward, absolutely. And that his reputation precedes him. That's Rosado. You know, we know that he's looking for the war, and right now it's Mosley Jr. preventing that war, and he's being smart about it. He's picking his battles.
You know Freddie Roach will be honest with Rosado. Tell him he's behind. We're at the point now where Gabe most likely needs at least a knockdown.
Right.
Mosley fighting really relaxed in there. I mean, he's just
calm and precise.
Everything's very calm and poised, not even breathing hard. This is what you want to see in Mosley Jr. against a tough veteran like Rosado.
He looks like the matador in there.
He really does.
We saw against Bektamir Melikuziev, one punch from Rosado could end this thing. What a cool, calm, and collected performance from Shane Mosley Jr.
Yes, it is, and I've seen it before. When he was fighting on the Contender, I mean, some of the best performances. I've seen him grow up in front of my eyes. You know, I really was impressed with some of those performances, but then when he got to the big stage in the finale of that fight, he just, you know, he lost all.
Oh, big right hand from Mosley Jr.
Rosado looked like he was gonna go down, but man, Rosado took that shot well.
Yo, Rosado has a chin, dude. He has a granite chin, that's for sure.
He's getting touched up right now from Shane Mosley Jr.
You could see Rosado's hurt because Rosado's holding on tight, but Rosado hides it well. And I love the fact that Mosley Jr. is not going after it, not going after the kill, staying disciplined, knowing he hurt Rosado, but sticking behind that jab.
Staying calm, yep.
You know, Rosado looks like he might be ready to go if Mosley Jr. puts the pedal to the metal. Right as I say that, there's those.
Rosado's never ready to go.
Yeah.
He's never ready to go. He's always trying to set you up with something big.
Yep.
He's the most dangerous possum you've ever met, I'll tell you that.
Let's look at our CompuBox power punches through 9 rounds. Rosado almost being doubled up by Mosley Jr.
No, right. Right. Stop holding. Hold the box. It's the last round.
In the fighter meeting yesterday, it seemed like Mosley Jr. really didn't know how he was going to perform, how much success he would have. He's like, I'm as intrigued as you are. I just don't know what it's going to look like. Well, he has passed this test, seemingly, with flying colors.
Very impressive performance if he can close out the show with 1 minute left, because, you know, it's hard to give, you know, Gabe Rosado one clean round in this fight. I mean, Mosley Jr. is pretty much pitching a shot out, and that's very difficult to do against a veteran like Rosado.
Yeah, I don't think Gabe Rosado won any round, man, to be honest. I think Shane Mosley won every single round.
I agree with you.
Yeah.
And still playing the matador, not letting Rosado bully him against the ropes and get anything started.
Yeah, there's no reason for it, man. There's no reason for it.
Rosado says, all right.
Okay.
He wants Shane Mosley Jr. to throw.
Yeah, he does.
He wants Mosley Jr. to engage because that gives Rosado an opportunity to land something, but Mosley Jr. is not giving him that opportunity. That's intelligence right there. That's power boxing. That's the sweet science, and Mosley Jr. is not giving him and not giving in.
Oh, a big right there from Mosley. And as expected, Rosado going to go out on his shield. Great final moments.
That is an A-plus performance by Shane Mosley Jr. I did not expect that against a veteran like Gabe Rosado.
He looked sharp, man. He looked really, really good, man. Really, really good.
Ladies and gentlemen, here from the Alamo Dome, San Antonio, Texas, we go to the judges' scorecards. Here are the totals. Judge Thomas Carusone has the bout 98-92. Judge Ruben Carrion scores the bout 97-93. And Judge Angel Mendez has the bout 95-95 to the winner by majority decision. And new WBA Continental America's Super Middleweight Champion, Shane Mosley Jr.
And now it's time for our tale of the tape for this, the main event of the evening. Lightweight division, Ryan Garcia, 10 years, Tagoe Jr. He's 2 inches taller and will have a 1-inch reach advantage. Of course, Luke Campbell, the first fighter to drop Ryan Garcia. That was January 2nd of last year, over 450 days since we've seen Garcia in a boxing ring.
You know, some fighters fight better with their hands a little low like that. You can see, there's that right hand.
Right, caught Tagoe.
That's shook.
Yeah, he's got happy feet now in the corner.
That shook Tagoe, the right hand right to the temple.
Kind of short-circuited him for a minute, there he goes!
And that's what Ryan Garcia's gonna need to knock down Tagoe, that right hand.
Tagoe's mad at the ref. Should be mad at himself. He legitimately got caught. Let's see how wounded he is.
Ryan Garcia predicted 2 or 3 rounds to take Tagoe out.
Tagoe trying to duck underneath all these punches. How low can he go?
With this much aggression that Garcia's applying on Tagoe, Tagoe has an opportunity to land something as well.
Behind the head. Oh, that was a knockdown, definitely.
It was definitely a knockdown, and Tagoe was stunned, right, by the speed. It was more the speed. It wasn't that it landed cleanly. It was more the speed that See right there, that's an opportunity for Tagoe to land something, a counter. If he really is looking to win and hurt Garcia, anytime Garcia opens up like that with 2s and 3s, you got to land something back, punch in between the shots.
Well, the over-under in this fight was at 4.5 rounds, so Tagoe has gone longer than Las Vegas thought he would.
You need to actually engage in order to get your opponent to land something.
Sorry to cut you off, Sergio. That may be the only big punch he lands, but he did catch Garcia clean.
See, if you're just following your opponent around and throwing 2s and fews.
There you go, Garcia with a double right hand. Let's see some action.
This is the point in the fight where now Garcia has to be the one to take the risk and to open up and make Tagoe open up too, so he can land those power shots that I know he so badly wants to land.
See right here, this is an opportunity for Tagoe to throw something wide. Garcia's really getting aggressive.
This is exactly what he needs to do. Be aggressive, take the initiative to throw the combinations to make Tagoe open up.
Who would have thought after Garcia knocked Emmanuel Tagoe down in round number 2 and was dominating, we'd see a 10th round.
Well, we initially said that if Tagoe gets out of the first 2-3 rounds, he's gonna, he's gonna stay in the fight. He's gonna go distance, and that's exactly what's happening.
This crowd really wanting something electric to happen. Ooh, that affected him. Left hook. No, that's cut him clean. There go the legs, and the Game Boy in serious trouble, trying to hang on for dear life.
Tagoe doing the veteran thing by holding on by any means necessary.
That could have easily been scored a knockdown.
Expect him to hold on again.
He is damaged goods.
Ryan Garcia has a lot of time left.
Let's see if he can stay out of the clinch, keep his distance. Crowd on their feet.
He's got to cut off the ring right here to force Tagoe to engage, because he's going forward, but he's giving him an escape route. So he can get a little comfortable by being able to escape and continue to survive.
I would love to see lead right hands by Ryan Garcia. It's that right hand that actually rocked Tagoe. See right there, it was a 1-2. Lead right hands by Garcia. I think was surprised and opened up the left hook.
Ooh, a stiff left hook from Garcia.
And that's why I thought the fight would end early, because he was talking the talk. I've seen him engage a lot in fights, but he's just too scared to do it against Ryan Garcia. But Ryan needed him to engage in order for him to land those power shots, because, like I said, Tagoe drops his hands while he's punching.
And hey,
so that's when he's most vulnerable. But he's not doing that. He's not engaging.
And listen, Garcia basically could have fought anyone he wanted to fight. They chose this opponent, so this is what they're getting.
And you got to appreciate Garcia still going for the knockout in the 12th round. He's punching with mean intention still. But he's in there with a fighter that didn't come to win in Tagoe.
Ladies and gentlemen, here for the Alamo Dome in San Antonio, Texas. Put your hands together for both of these warriors here inside the ring. And now we go to the judges' scorecards. Here are the totals. Judge Thomas Carusone and Ellis Johnson have the bout 119. 108, Judge Lisa Ciampa scores the bout 118 to 109 to the winner by unanimous decision. And still undefeated from Victorville, California,